Tonight we're going to be making sweet and sour chicken. This is a super affordable, easy dish to make. It'll cost you a grip if you eat it at a restaurant though. Okay, we're going to need 1 pot for cooking some rice to go with it. We've got 2 cups of white rice. Then we're going to add 4 cups of water. 2 and 4. And we're just going to bring that up to a boil while we start the sauce. Whoop, wrong one. If it'll light. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we got that on high. And next we're going to need to make sweet and sour sauce. And this is going to be that really good sauce that they serve on buffets that's all thick and sticky. Okay, you're going to need 1 can of pineapple chunks or tidbits in 100% pineapple juice. Open this up. Drain that juice into that pot. Not the pineapple, though. I'm just saving that. That's going to be last. Very last. All right, we'll go ahead and get this burner turned on to medium here. After you get that juice in there, start heating this up. Start with your brown sugar so that you can use the same tablespoon for mixing everything together. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Doesn't matter if it's light or dark. You could even use white sugar if you don't want to use brown sugar. It'll still turn out just fine. Then we're going to need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Ooh, this stuff is always so messy. Now that we've made a mess out of that, let's get this out. Oh no, we're still going to need this. Before you put that cornstarch away and get your spoon all messed up, you're going to need a bag for your chicken pieces. And we're just going to use our tablespoon measurement here to do 6 tablespoons of cornstarch into a gallon Ziploc bag to shake the chicken in. 1, 2. My husband's probably going to think somebody's knocking at the door. 3 and 6. Okay, now we can put this messy cornstarch away. Oh my, oh my. It's a mess. Okay, and then just set that cornstarch in that bag aside. Mix this cornstarch into that pineapple sauce. Or into that pineapple juice. Next thing we're going to need to add is 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Make sure you give that a shake so you don't just shake in all the liquid at the top there. 2 tablespoons of that. We need 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. 1 and 2. Oops. Making a mess already. And then you're going to want 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then you're going to want 2 tablespoons of water. Now we're going to need to get a teaspoon, because we need 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. I guess you could put it less if you don't like it's a little spicy. And then we need 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, or garlic powder will work also. And then we need 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. Just bring this up to a boil. I'll go ahead and turn it up now that we got everything in there. We're waiting for the rice to boil and the sauce to boil, and then we'll get started on the rest. Easy peasy. Oh, that's thick. As soon as that comes to a boil, just go ahead and shut that off. It might not seem thick enough now, but it will continue to thicken as it sits and cools. It is really, really hot. Look how thick that is already. That is perfect. If you have young children in the house like I do, always make sure your pot handles are facing away from the edge so they don't reach up and grab it. Look at how beautiful colored that sauce is. You can't taste it right now because it is really, really hot. Just waiting on this rice. You don't want to get started on the chicken until you keep an eye on this rice. It'll boil over on you if you're not careful. The less you stir it, the faster it's going to come to a boil. Yeah, you can do more painting. You're welcome. After your rice comes to a boil, you're just going to put a lid on it, turn it down to a low simmer, set your timer for 10 minutes. Do not lift it or stir it during that 10 minutes. And then after this timer goes off, 10 minutes later, still don't lift it or stir it. You're just going to turn that burner off and just leave it alone until we're all done cooking over here. So you're leaving the sauce alone and you're leaving the rice alone. And those will just be ready for us when we are ready for them. All right, so next we're going to have a large skillet here. And we have about 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using peanut oil, but you can use any type of oil that you'd like. And we're going to get this heating on very, very low. Very, very low. We don't want that to burn while we're prepping our chicken. Okay, so we've cut 1 onion, 2 stalks of celery, and 2 large carrots. I'm just going to leave these over here. We also have 1 red bell pepper that was frozen. So I've rinsed it with cold water and drained it out again because you don't want to add all that water that's in there from the frost in with your recipe. To your bag here that has your 6 tablespoons of cornstarch in it, you're going to dice 1 pound of chicken and put it in the bag. Wash your cutting board, of course. Zip that up with lots of air in it. And just keep on mixing that thoroughly until all the chicken, make sure you're separating those little pieces in there. You want to keep separating it until all the chicken is covered. We're going to start adding our chicken to our oil, but we want to make sure it's good and hot. And it is not. Nope, nope, nope. Well, let me get some coffee while I wait. All right, let's check if that oil's hot enough. Just get any type of liquid, splash it in there. Oh, nope, it's not. If it doesn't sizzle back at you, then it's not hot enough. You want to make sure it's good and hot. Okay, 1 more minute. Just a tiny bit of oil. It ain't going to take long. Have some coffee with me. I always drink coffee while I make dinner. All right, then when your oil is hot, you're going to grab yourself something that's slotted like this. Make sure you don't stir the oil with this because you want to keep this dry while you're getting that chicken out. Open up that bag, then carefully grab your chicken, shake off that excess cornstarch into the bottom there. And we're just going to leave this on high. Oh, probably should have waited just a little bit longer. The girls got me singing Let It Go. Dang kids. Awful kids. Yes, everybody knows that one. It's one that's got stuck in everybody's head. Yep. Just let it go. I wish I could. I can't get that song out of my head. I'm just going to keep this cooking on medium. You don't want to stir it too awfully much. Keep cooking that till it's all the way cooked through. And we're going to switch spoons here because we don't need this anymore. We need something that we can fluff that chicken around with. So that we'll be careful not to take all of the coating off of it. As these get turning brown, just flip them over. Now some of these pieces are way too big because I didn't do a good job cutting it. So I'm just going to take my kitchen shears. And careful not to scratch your pan. Cut those into bite-sized pieces. Because this little patch here is all the way stuck together. Oh, okay. Oh, that was a little too big too. I got a 4-year-old eating. I don't want her to choke. We'll put the whole thing in her mouth. There we go. And now that everything's all nice and brown, we can actually start to stir it. Instead of having to flip each one and being all careful. We don't have to be careful anymore. Just make sure all those pink ones get put into the center to cook. Just keep it on high until everything's nice and brown. And once your chicken's done, make sure it's all the way cooked through. And you want it nice and crispy on the outside. You pick these up. Carefully set those right on top of your sauce. As long as you don't stir your sauce, your chicken's not going to sink. You don't want to stir it because then your chicken might get soggy while we cook the vegetables. Let's get our veggies in here. Onion, celery, and carrots. These vegetables will last forever when you purchase them. You got like a good month or two. As long as you keep stocked with onions, celery, and carrots, you're not going to starve. And look at how pretty they are. I'm going to saute these until our onions are translucent. It'll make all these other vegetables just the perfect crispiness. And just keep that on high. It won't take long. Okay, once your veggies are all sauteed, look at that. It smells so amazing already. All right, now we're going to add in our red bell pepper. Drained, of course. If you're doing fresh red bell pepper, you can add it in at the same time. And we're going to add in our can of crushed pineapple. Let that get heated through just for like another minute. Like one more minute. There we go. Oh man, that looks so pretty. Time to give our rice a fluff here. I'm going to go ahead and take that lid off. And get this out of the way. Look at that perfect rice. This should be about right. You don't want to cook that pineapple. You just want to heat it up. Same with that red bell pepper, because it will lose all its crunch after it's been cooked. Oh, so beautiful. We're going to add back in all our chicken. And the sauce. Look at that. Really good sauce. Oh my goodness. Having to smell those vegetables cooking sure makes you starve. Okay. Now turn that off. Mix that in thoroughly and serve it right away so your chicken doesn't get soggy. Alright, now just serve that. That's a lot of yumminess right there over some rice. There you go. Look at that. Alright. We'll see you guys next time.
You've been my star, and I'd be your sky.